As much as you try to avoid it, conflicts are just a normal part of your life. Friends, teachers, parents, siblings, colleagues, you must have disagreed with someone on something at some point of your life. Everybody has a different perspective towards different things, according to their own understanding and experience. Conflicts might sometimes get heated up, they might grow much bigger. Sometimes conflicts just start as small upsets and they grow and build into full scale battles. So, what is it about conflict that makes it so difficult to deal with? What is it about conflict that turns even the good people into monsters? The most common way of dealing with conflicts is to just avoid it. People may just walk away, they might get upset, they might start feeling sick, or they might go on a stress leave. This is what I was doing since my daughter started growing up, and it feels like they are fighting since ages. I first get upset, then I walked away, and then I went on a stress leave by locking myself in a separate room. Is this a solution? Think over it. Conflicts exist because a need arises and that need is not being met. Now, this need can be in terms of agreement in thoughts, ideas, suggestions, or maybe demands, wishes, drives. Conflicts also arise due to misunderstandings and ego clashes. When confronted with difficult and tense situation, conflicts, generally some people just try to come forward and smooth it over, or the other people might just bury their heads in sand. This happened with me and my sister-in-law. We are not on talking terms since last 4 years, thanks to our conflicts and our elders who just buried their heads in the sand. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, you are on luck today because I'm going to share my 4-step strategy which I have developed and I'm using since last few years. I call it the boss technique. I am Surabhi Jain and you must be wondering how bossing a situation can help to resolve a conflict. So here you go. The first is be silent. Try to be nonchalant. Have you ever disagreed with someone at some point of your life? Sure, you must have. We feel something is not going good, someone is not happy with us, someone is trying to insult us, or someone thinks we are wrong about something. It happens with most of us, even the most awesome people like you and me. Aren't we awesome? Yes, we are. So what happens next? You might turn a little mad, maybe a lot mad. You may try to start using insulting words, or you may even try to start screaming. What happens next? Before we know it, everyone else is blaming each other, using hurtful words and raising their voice. Now here I suggest to use the 90-second rule recommended by Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor. He says, no matter how and what the situation you are in, however stressful it is, try to understand and recognize your emotions for 90 seconds. So give a pause and be silent. The next is observe your words. Sometimes we can't put our thoughts into words and we end up saying something we didn't mean, especially when we are upset. So what to do? Observe your words because once out, you cannot take them back. As Joel Osteen says, you can say hurtful words in just few seconds, but the words stay there for years and the wounds stay there for years. So observe your words. Try to be purposely nice. Use nice words. Try to use nice, calm, composed tone. Don't try to put the other person down. Don't use hurtful comments and don't blame the others for what happened. Try to be nice, and obviously you cannot be nice and mad at the same time. The next is show some sensitivity. Now, this one is probably the hardest because it is very difficult to listen and feel what the other person is saying, especially when you are not in a good mood. Try to find out the reason why the other person is feeling so, why the other person is feeling upset. Talk about it, put them to talk without interrupting. Try to put yourself in their shoes. Maybe then you can work out a solution. So observe and try to understand the feelings of the other person. The last one is strike out a solution. Now, here is when you can work together to find out a solution by recognizing the problem. Obviously, you will not reach here unless and until you know what the problem is. Now, each person can come up with their own unique solution. Solutions might be hard to accept because you might have to compromise because you may not get everything which you wanted. But then the most important thing is that we did it. So here you go. Just boss it up whenever you face a conflict. I have been trying to save my relationships using this technique since last few years, and believe me, it works. Remember, when it comes to resolving conflicts in a relationship, it is not a matter of victory or defeat. It is how you reach an understanding and letting go of your need to be right. As Thomas Crumb says, the quality of your life depends not on whether or not you have faced conflicts. It's dependent on how you respond to them. Over to the host.